This presentation is on President Polk's role in instigating the war with Mexico and the Mexican and American War. President Polk was born in North Carolina in the city of Mecklenburg in 1795. He actually has had a very interesting educational background. He was homeschooled until 1813 when he enrolled at a church near where he lived, and a year later he enrolled in Murfreesboro in Tennessee. In 1816, he transferred to the University of North Carolina and graduated with honors in 1818. After graduation, he traveled back to Tennessee to study law, and he was admitted to the bar in 1820. He also had a very strong political background prior to his presidency. In 1822, he joined the local militia and quickly climbed ranks. In 1825, he ran for a seat in Congress in the House of Representatives, and he was reelected to Congress until 1839, where he became the governor of Tennessee. Also, after his fifth term, he became the chair of the House of Ways and Committee in 1833. A couple of fun facts about President Polk is that his nickname was Napoleon of the Stump, which was a popular political oratory, and also he married Sarah Childress, who greatly influenced him during his political campaign. In 1835, he became the Speaker of the House, and he also demanded the annexation of Texas. He encouraged Americans for the westward expansion, which was also known as Manifest Destiny. Also in 1835, the Democrats had lost the first governorship in history. In 1839, Polk supported Democrats and became the governor of Tennessee. During his governorship, he also supported the annexation of Texas and claimed to expand territory. In the presidential election of 1844, Polk had initially hoped to be nominated for vice president at the Democratic Convention. He ran against Whig candidate Henry Clay and pledged to encourage Americans' westward expansion. The new immigrant voters contributed to Polk's victory, and Polk is the only person in history who had played both the roles of Speaker of the House of Representatives as well as being the President of the United States of America. During his administration in office, Polk promised to serve only one term, and the four major issues he accomplished in his term were to reestablish the independent treasury system, to reduce tariffs, to acquire some or all of Oregon country, and to acquire California and New Mexico from Mexico. Polk attempted to declare war and to obtain California from Mexico in 1846, and he sent Nicholas Trist as a diplomat to negotiate the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo in 1848. After 4 years in office, Polk's presidential role was ended in 1849. Many people believe that President Polk deliberately started the Mexican-American War in 1846. Unlike other presidents in the United States, Polk utilized a very aggressive and persuasive political strategy to expand the U.S. to the west. After the U.S. Congress voted to annex Texas in February 1845, Mexico broke off all diplomatic relations and threatened to take back Texas by force. While Polk knew that such threats were not going to happen given Mexico's instability and meager military force at the time, the president sent 1,500 soldiers to Corpus Christi, which was at the mouth of the Nueces River. Within 4 months, the protective force had grown to over 4,000 trained American soldiers commanded by General Zachary Taylor. Polk's plan was to use the army as an intimidation tactic to pressure the Mexican officials into accepting offers presented by the U.S. Doing this, he hoped that the Mexicans would just sell their land out of fear. After diplomatic measures, which were backed by the intimidating presence of the U.S. forces, had failed, Polk ordered Taylor to send the troops south to the Rio Grande. By March of 1946, Taylor's troops, ordered by Polk, reached the northern bank of the Rio Grande, where they built Fort Texas, knowing that all Mexicans viewed the land to be Mexican territory. President Polk still did this, claiming this move was illegal, seeing the Rio Grande just as southern Texas as well. So by raising the tension and moving the American military into the disputed territory, Polk sought to accomplish one of two goals. First, he could either intimidate Mexico into selling the land, or two, provoke them into firing the first shot. 1 month after setting up Fort Texas, a 2,000-man Mexican cavalry ambushed a 70-man American scouting party, killing 11 and taking 52 people prisoner. Polk saw this as a victory towards his cause. He described this incident as Mexican soldiers crossing into U.S. territory and spilling American blood on American soil. A week later, the United States had declared war, and Mexican cannons now were bombarding Fort Texas. Polk had gotten what he wanted. By starting the Mexican-American War, he had all but taken the desired Mexican territory. Also, the Manifest Destiny not only served a political purpose, but a cultural one as well. It was that the mentality spread. Everyone had a certain belief. It was that the United States was destined to spread, and that became the mindset of most Americans during that time.